maybe Chicago.
Chicago will go pretty quick, but
And dismantled pretty quick too.
it's just a matter of time. I think each year we kind of add pieces of the puzzle along with that experience.
Right on. Thanks, Dustin.
Ongoing dialogue about NHL, it seems like more and more they're moving something towards like what the OHL has, where they're pretty much taking out of the game. How do you feel about that? Because I know you're somebody who plays physical and also pride yourself on playing clean.
Yeah, I mean it's a fine line. I'm a physical player, and I think last year I got kicked out of one game, and I got a call from NHL saying it was a perfectly legal hit. Yeah, they called a few days later saying it's a learning curve for the refs, and I can completely understand where the refs are. They're kind of caught in the middle because they have to make a call in the instant, and everyone else gets dissected for 3 days. So I think it's important for us to, as a group of players, PA, and as a league, to protect the players. At the same time, it's a fine line to walk. We don't want to take away perfectly good, clean hits. This year was kind of probably the big learning curve that the league had to go through. And I know recently, I think today or yesterday, they kind of made some rule changes. I'm not sure exactly what they're I haven't really read about it yet. But as a physical player, like I said, I pride myself on being clean. And, there's plenty of times when you have a chance to take a guy's head off. It's a matter of just letting up just a little bit. And saying that if he has his head down with the puck and he's skating with it, he's not protecting himself. That's where the gray issue is. I mean, players have to protect themselves, especially if they have the puck. I can understand some of these hits. You got guys on the puck. Those got to be taken out of the game as quick as possible. But at the same time, it's a physical game. People are probably going to get hurt regardless of whatever rules are in place. So I think it's more of a responsibility of the players understanding the rules and playing within the rules. I think there's some confusion on the players' part. Honestly, what they're calling, what they're not.
Well, kind of along those lines, I was asking how important is clarity. Because there's playoffs, don't know where the line is or what the standards are. How big would it be to finally get something in place?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's where the gray area is. A lot of these hits are perceived very differently from different people, from players to coaches to media fans. They have to kind of find a way to make it more of a concrete rule. I think, like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. Kind of a learning process for everyone involved. I personally, being the player that I am, I didn't really have a problem with the rules last year. The only problem I had with the rule was, from personal experiences, I get kicked out of the Minnesota game. Luckily, we win that game, but they go on a 5-minute power play, don't score any goals, win the game. I mean, that's halfway through the game. If I get kicked out of that game, they score 4 goals on the power play, and we lose 4-3. And then NHL calls 2 days later and says it was a perfectly clean hit, and it's like, that just costs us 2 points.
Especially for races.
And I don't know the answer, whether it's replay, where they can see where the principle of contact is, whether it's the head or the shoulder. I don't see it going that way, but that's where they can get into some hot water. Games are so close. Like, I mean, look, if you saw the West, it was 12 teams and it was 10 games. So, again, everyone's kind of in it together. I think that's the key thing. We have to be on the same page. It's a tough situation, I think, because everyone has a different point of view.
Have you talked to Kobe at all?
Last time I talked to him was about maybe a month and a half ago. He was just getting cleared by the medical doctor. I think he was going to return home to Slovenia. I just, from a personal standpoint, talking to him, I know he's pretty damn motivated. He was pretty upset being injured and missing the playoffs. I mean, me and him kind of experienced that playoffs 2 years ago. We both talked about it after. It was the best thing we've ever done. And getting an opportunity to play, and he was really disappointed. I think that's kind of his driving force this summer. He's made strides physically off the ice every year, and I'd be pretty excited to see him come back this summer.
Hey, Dustin. Just as a guy that, obviously charity is a big, very near and dear to your heart, to talk a little bit about being up for the Foundation Award and what it means to you to be recognized. as such?
It's a huge honor. It's to be recognized for an award like this is really rewarding, but at the same time, it's not really one of those awards that you do, or not one of those things that you do so you can get an award. It's the best part about it is, the reward you get from being charitable, spending time with, whether it's sick kids or helping people out in tough situations. I mean, just giving your time can make a huge difference in someone's life. We just made a couple of trips to the children's hospital during the year as a team, and I guess the best way to explain it is we do a lot of events as a team, whether it's autograph signings or ticket sales stuff. And players will complain about doing stuff, but you have them all go to a hospital and they're all more excited about that than to do anything else for them. And I think that's kind of a tribute to the hockey players in general. Like I said, I'm being nominated for award, but there's plenty of other guys on my team. I'm sure a ton of players throughout the NHL that can be up for this award. That's a good thing for the NHL. Something they should be proud of.
Talk just a little bit too, just about you guys kind of all congregating here in Vegas this week. Build a little camaraderie, a little away time from the intense battles that you have to deal with on a daily basis throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, you're competing against these guys 82 games a year. When in the heat of the season and when you're on the ice, sometimes you forget that these are human beings, and it's events like these that you kind of get to know guys off the ice and build relationships. And I think when everyone's said and done with their career, all they're going to have is a relationship. So I think it's important for players to get to know each other. And I mean, that's a twofold process with a lot of the stuff that's going on with headshots and that sort of thing. You could have put a name with a face and kind of relate with something. It'll probably bring the respect level up in the game. You know guys on other teams. Not to say that you're not going to take their head off if you have a perfectly clean opportunity to do it, but I think it's really good to kind of get to know guys throughout the league.
Thanks, Dustin.
Dustin, can I ask you a little bit about some of the work that you do in the community and what kind of enjoyment that gives you being a professional hockey player, being able to give back like you do?
I mean, it's a huge honor. I mean, we do a lot of stuff, but it's really not. I guess the best way to explain it is a lot of time it's just spending time with someone, whether it's going to the sick kid hospital, or I mean, you spend an hour with this little kid and it changes his life forever, and that's really the reward in doing all this.
Can you talk a little about Make My Day Monday?
Make My Day Monday is just an initiative on Twitter. I mean, Twitter's a pretty good avenue for social media and getting things out there charitably, and it's more of the idea is pass it on or pay it forward type idea. And Make My Day Monday is do a good deed for someone you don't, not necessarily you don't know, but if someone has a bad day, just find a way to make their day better. And it's kind of caught on Twitter, and it's one of those things where from an marketing avenue, a lot of people follow Twitter. I mean, I don't know how many stats on it, but one tweet can really change some lives when it comes to charity, whether it's just tweeting about a blood donation or anything. It's a very good, I don't even know what avenue to promote charitable contributions and raise the awareness level of things that are going on in other parts of the world or in inner cities. And it's a tool that I started using a year ago, and Make My Day Monday is just a kind of a part of that.
Where does all that come from? Somebody early in your career, somebody earlier on in your life, things that relatives that did things for you that really get you in that frame of mind where you decide, when I'm going to be a professional, I'm going to get back this way?
Well, I mean, there's probably a few examples I can think of off the top of my. I mean, I came from a middle lower class family. We didn't struggle, but I mean, probably the two examples that I kind of come to mind was I remember I was like 7, 8, probably 5 or 6 actually, and Joe Newendike played at Cornell in my hometown, and I was a hockey freak, and I mean, I met him for like 5 minutes to sign an autograph, and I still remember. I mean, me sitting here 20 years later, still talking about it. I mean, he spent 5 minutes with me, and it made a big difference. Not in my life, but it had an effect on me that he would take the time. At 5 years old, I was just happy to get his autograph. But now, reflecting on it, why do I remember that? It's because he took 5 minutes out of his day, and and then secondly, playing Bantam hockey. Hockey's an expensive sport, and trying out for a team in Syracuse, I believe, they said it was like $500 to whatever. We couldn't afford it, so I said, all right, I'm going to go back and play in my hometown because I could afford it there. One of the other parents stepped up and said, no, you're going to try out here. And those are probably 2 examples. There's millions of them, but it's really not that hard to give your time when it can make such a huge impact on someone's life.
Now, can you talk about the event that's coming up tonight, and as far as the charitable work that's happening for tonight with the
with
party?
Apple? Is that,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's just me and the Kings are hosting a party at Labo.
The entire team? Or
No,
just a few?
that organization.
Okay.
And it's just, there's a lot of people from the hockey world here and fans, and it's something that is fun for everyone.
Right.
And can benefit some of the charities that we're working with, both me and the Kings Care Foundation. So, I mean, we're in Vegas, so we might as well have fun and raise some money.
Right. So what do you guys, I know that you're here with your wife, and you guys are spending some quality time together. What kind of fun stuff do you guys have planned as far as, like, going to shows, gambling?
We, I'm going to be pretty busy, but I think we have 3 kids at home under the age of 4, so this trip